This is Elijah Keating from WisdomSeekers.net. We are a good group of readers. Please go check us out. And this is for water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, for March 24th to the 30th, 2019. And shall we start right off the bat? And the first card for you, water, is detach. And what does that mean? Well, I think we're going to find out, because that is an interesting card. I do know that this week we are talking mostly about shifting and shifting upwards, and it seems like it's pretty intense, at least for the other two that I've read for so far. The first card I pulled is the World. And the World card is, it's not the physical world, it's the spiritual world, but it's still the world. So it's global. There's a lot of energy coming in. If you look at it, what do you see? It's this energy here that just sort of flashes out at you. And this energy here, so there's new energy coming in, there's fresh energy rising up, and there's new gifts coming. So pay attention to what's happening around you, and because around you a lot of things are shifting and changing, a lot of energy moving in, and this is coming in the spiritual energetics. And for you personally, the Princess of Cups. And what does the Princess of Cups give you? It's the wise inner child. And the wise inner child usually wants you to look at things clearly and securely and not be afraid of them. So what's behind us? Well, this makes sense actually. The Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is cutting away what the inner child wants you to see. So it cuts off little pieces here and there until there's enough freedom, and what the inner child wants you to look at bobs to the top, and you get to deal with it. Is it hard? Honestly, it depends on how you choose to look at it. If you choose to be frustrated and upset, yes, you're going to drag butt. If you choose to look at it and go, I expected that was going to happen, and look at it clearly and say, yes, I agree, I understand, I choose to release, I choose to hear you, world, and let it go. And what will that bring you to? A really good card, the Sun. And what does the Sun do? Well, the Sun's a joy card. And where does life come from? It comes from the Sun. Without the Sun, the Earth would not be able to reproduce. It would not be able to have photosynthesis or any of those wonderful things. Would not be able to have us on it. At least not in the physical form. It might have us on it in a spiritual, nebulous form, but we're not nebulous, and we're not moving into a nebulous area. We're moving into an area that will maintain our bodies. So this is a card of joy, pure joy. And what's joyful? Spirituality. And I say this all the time. If it's not truly joyful, then it's not truly spiritual. If you have anger and rage in your spirituality, then you need to look again, because it's not truth. It's a version of the truth. What are we going to have to deal with just today, tomorrow? That's from when you watch this video. Three of Swords. And what is this? It means that things are not necessarily easy. This is usually about a storefront, but also if you look at it, it could be that of releasing and letting go of that, of somebody else who is not necessarily the best fit for you anymore. Was it in the past? Probably. It was wonderful. Is it now? Well, who are you and who are they? Do you mesh? Probably not. Does that mean he or she is not growing? No, it doesn't mean that at all. It just means they're growing differently than you are. So this week is a huge week of shifting and letting go and cutting away. And the King of Swords. And what does the King of Swords do? It creates change. Why? Because you say, hey, I have enough of this. I'm going to cut everything loose. And so you cut everything loose. You create the change. This week you're the one in control. So that makes sense why you want to be detached. Because if you can look at things from a third person perspective, instead of right in the middle of all that emotion and upheaval, then you can make good choices. So you can cut that tie, you can cut that tie. Will I keep this tie? Well, we'll work on it and see if it gets any better. This tie I'm going to keep, I love it. It's up to you though. Okay, and where will that bring you to? The Princess of Pentacles, and it'll bring you to a place of beauty. Pentacles is abundance. Money I can't promise you, but there will be something that makes you feel wide open and good this week. And then I have the Nine of Pentacles, which is also reaping the rewards for having put in the effort. Good. So obviously, no matter what you do, how you say yes or how you say no, I'm not going to do it that way, you will win. And there's no such thing as win or lose, but you will reap the reward. Hopefully it will be a good reward. And the last card is the Ten of Pentacles. And it does seem to be centered around abundance this week. That is always a pleasure. But this is the abundance of family or support and love. Because is it the kind of man-woman love? Not necessarily, but it is love. And so you will be reaping the rewards of love. Is there lots of shifting and changing within that? You bet. And that brings us to the last card. As I said, detach, which is really going to be the best way you can do it. But while you're doing it, strengthen the bonds you do have. Release those that no longer serve you. But the ones that serve you, strengthen. Make them strong and aware. This is going to be what depends on you, obviously, whether it's going to be easy or not. It's going to be a full week of shifting and changing. Is that news? No, not at all. We've known this for a while, right? It's been happening for a while. Are we tired? I don't know about you, but I'm a little bit tired. But we can do it. I'm not a Bible quoter per se, but there's a line in the Bible that says we are not given more than we can handle. So if it's given to you, know you can handle it. All right? Okay. Namaste.